Okay, looks like we are live. Yes, we are. Okay, we're back again with the Stanley Parable. If we remember right, at the beginning of last time, he said that, or the game said that they would give me more sliders. So I guess here we have more. We're supposed to do when it's barely visible, but I don't want to do darkness, so we're just gonna do a little bit more. Please adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. There we go. There we go. Can I just do anything? No, I could literally get to 9. That could also be 9 as well. But we'll just do 9. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. There. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Scrumptious? Or I don't know. Cubical or whatever. This one's better. Please don't adjust the slider. Okay. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is time that it is right now the correct time? Yeah, it's 2:20. What's the time anyways? Yes? What? Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Help what? Yes. Will you come back to visit me? Yeah. Oh, it starts off as the Stanley Parable 2. Okay. From last time. Okay. Let's see how this goes.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Hi.
Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, I got an achievement called Welcome Back. Okay. Okay. As you can see, I got a new, well,
All of his
character.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed
Design.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Where are they? Maybe I'm not so click that and be like, bam, turn that off. That doesn't need to be on. Okay, but yeah, I got a new character design. Thanks to a person named Kofi Pup on Twitter. Really amazing new ref sheet that I got for my character, and I love it. But anyways, I was reading the achievements for this game, and there was one for clicking on a door 430 times, so...
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yeah.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5
This is gonna be
clicks.
clicky, I'm sorry.
Suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps
Might as well pick the
yes,
door that's
most certainly. 50.
430 as well, if we have to click a door 430 times. I just want to get the achievement just because it's dumb.
No,
And I know it's gonna be clicky. I'm so sorry about that.
To have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Okay, I'll have to go find it. 417, 417, 417. There's 417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
Let's just follow his orders. That ain't it. 437. Isn't that back here? Yeah, right here.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay. You're the boss. What was that meeting today? 415. That's probably gonna be down the hall. Here it is.
Now, back to door number 437.
Yes, sir. Is that bucket still there? Yeah.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
That's what I've been trying to click
All
on
right,
this whole
back to
time.
room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
419's desk. Oh. You can't jump. Should I just go back to clicking a door? Okay, we'll do this next time then. I should have not grabbed the bucket. My fault.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Let's just
And here
go
it was. Had
to
the
the...
bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind.
No, the bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I didn't.
No, said
No.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Mini
Stanley
stands.
what about Stanlerines?
Stanlerines?
Yes, I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
We got another Stanlerine. I feel like even if we drop from here, we'd die. Okay, there's actually a way. What is that? Okay, I don't know what it is. I don't even know where we're at. This was a different way. Cassette tapes. Okay. Alright. Are we about to play another game?
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Yes.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour in a bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get...
Uh-oh.
What's that? Who's there?
What? Gamporata? Man, it's like screamer level type of... What in the world? What? Okay, what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
What if we did that with
simply missed a memo.
out a bucket? You think there would be a different ending? Here, let's miss the bucket. Who cares about the bucket for right now? I do, personally. I like the bucket.
Stanley came
But
with a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Yeah,
and
no.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
we need to get back
Perhaps he
there.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow.
Wow.
Yes,
Oh
this
my
room.
goodness, there's a
What
coat
a beautiful
machine
room. What a gorgeous...
that doesn't do
room.
nothing.
Thank goodness, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
It'd be kind of funny if he just says something since you're not even paying attention to what he
Stanley
says.
was so
You're just...
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, down here. Okay.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the
So it is different.
so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory.
Right.
I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
It's my fault. Okay. I like the bucket ending better.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I don't know what that does. Okay. Weird. Okay, let's grab the bucket.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Okay, because that's not really what I was going for the first time. Not even the tape recording
Stanley
bucket
took the
ending.
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting
No.
room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the
You were
bucket
right,
turned out
Bucket.
to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
You were
Stanley
right.
thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How in... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
What if I jump off with this thing?
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Everything-
he simply missed a memo.
Everything with the bucket
Stanley
just
picked up the bucket and smiled.
makes everything
He'd
better.
never be alone again. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
There must be like a code. I don't know. I don't think there is. Maybe there is. Because sometimes this is on and sometimes it's off. I don't know why. There's probably some sort of secret. Okay, let's truly follow that path.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Yeah,
This
we
was not
didn't.
the
Yeah,
correct
no,
way to the
no.
meeting
We're
room.
not gonna go
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
We're-
telling him
we're
that
not
the
gonna go
employee lounge was
left. We're
simply
gonna
the
go
place
right.
to be.
Yeah. Oh
And
my
here it
goodness,
was.
Bucket.
Had the
Thank you
bucket
for
turned out
showing
to
me
be
the Coke
correct?
machine.
Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go
No, I
back to the
didn't.
meeting room.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go good.
Said the bucket.
Good.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
You have to. It's a bucket.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Which
Stanley
one?
once again obeyed blindly.
It ain't gonna be that one. I don't know why I'd say which one. It'd definitely be this one. Oh, it's gonna be this one. This is a dark room. Pitch black.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
What kind of ending is this
the
gonna
sad
be?
Story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Oh. I can actually move. What is this? This thinks a bucket can... That's very weird. I don't know why I could get into that couch. Anything here? No. What is this? Sunset? Wait, what? It is 0. Can't go there. Can't go there. Nothing there. Fridge? No. Oh, the bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press him to make me to work with you. Oh, to take me to work with
The
you.
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders.
What?
Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is
Just he's just insane. Press P to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned
Yeah?
as well? To see him delusional like
What is
this,
that?
obsessing over an
427?
inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Press X to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen
Man,
to
there's
me.
like just a
It's
nagging
just a
in the
bucket.
back
It
of my
can't
head.
think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it.
Hey, it could
doesn't do anything
transfer
else.
solids. Don't listen to the loud man. Press F for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Yeah, it's the bucket. Press J to ignore anyone in your life except for me. You have got it.
Sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah, and it's got stickers that say they're for me. A sticker of a bucket too. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press C to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Right,
Like
now
it would
you're
be better
getting
at
it.
moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Now you're getting it. Press V to relive this same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying?
Right?
Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it is more than a regular bucket. It's my bucket. Press K to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket.
What?
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
Ooh.
If I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
You're not gonna take my bucket.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me
It's
the bucket,
mine.
Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. What'd I do? I'm gonna press E something. What is it? What?
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you
Dang.
verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
You're welcome. Thank you. Where is the narrator? Here's my
The
bucket.
Good old bucket.
The good
Just
old
Stanley and
bucket.
the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
The good old bucket. Input received. Is there like more? See, there has to be because that was more too. The input. Okay, there's probably more. The good old bucket. Well, bucket, which way we going today?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
But the bucket is telling me right, but we'll go left. How we can find them. What we know, small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure the retrieval. There are many questions. Agenda. How can you tell you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Follow clues provided by employee 416. We can do it. Everything is about these. Thank you. Good luck. They've literally mission status. Oh, because I found somewhere both red and blue nearby a fireplace. Okay, there's gonna be one in the kind of like the CEO's bathroom. Trust the completionist instinct. I mean, I'm trying to find them. There's no telling if we will.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
We can go downstairs though, which looks pretty weird, but we'll go upstairs. Because there's this room, and there should be one in here. Right.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think?
Figlies?
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me
Man.
sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I love Figly. Okay, hold up. I need to let my cat in. Some Figlies. Wait, what? What is this? Business strategy. Hold a gun to a panda's head. I want to go down. Never mind, up. Down it is. Who knows where this goes? This could go anywhere. That's nice music. Please don't be copyrighted. I'm just gonna try to distort it every sense of way I can. Just blah. Just don't claim it. It is just game audio. It's disorienting. Hey, can we stop this? Open elevator. Open. Okay, there we go. Wait, what? I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, no. I don't think there's... Let me press down and down. Yeah, no, I think it's just a joke. Thought that was a cigarette for a second.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Where's the
Crushed
infinite
by the
hole?
weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845. But just a
Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
right. It's just a
Was it
stroke
the
of
bucket
genius.
all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yeah, this is the bucket's doing. Nope.
You're getting close now, Stanley.
I know, we
You've
just need
nearly
one more.
gotten all of the Figler Marines. Very
Figler
soon, you'll get the
Marines?
first one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Marines. None of us
Figure.
can.
Figure and Marines. Okay, where's this gonna take me to now?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It
But
would
what
be all
does-
Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Right.
Soothing him, comforting him.
I need the bucket.
Reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The
Thank you,
Is
bucket.
here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you, bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
But do we go escape? We'll go this way and then we'll go the escape route next time.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Who knows? You can also get up there or something. There is something up there. At least there's probably a way. I don't know. Don't know the way to that yet.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley
The
never
weird
dropped
one
the
is right
bucket in shock.
there. I know
Everyone
some are
in the
fired,
office
but
was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it.
that one. What's the deal with that screen right there?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
Who
Had the bucket
knows?
been told to do things
Right.
it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do
Right.
in the first place?
Who have I been really listening to?
Raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley
this way.
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Dang,
For
there's a
he and the
button
bucket
there.
would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way. The bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Maybe there's something here. Nope, just some buttons. There's a button right here. Maybe pressing that. Nope. Three. Where's 4? 4 must be up there, isn't it? Probably 1, 2. 3. But we can't get up there. It's blocked. For some reason. I'm saying. Someone sneak around. Wait, what did I do? Dude, I can't see. I think I glitched it. I glitched it. It's probably hard to see, but I fell down a hole. Okay, hold up. Settings? It'd be in video, right? No, because... Yeah, no. Maybe videos? No. Yep, I glitched it. Okay. Yeah, no, there's nothing I can do. And like, you can't see. I'm staying crouched just in case there's a tiny hole of anything. Okay, yeah, there's nothing I can do. I glitched it. Okay. Boo! Whatever.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All the boxes.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Where are we going today? Bucket, never change. You little rascal, you. Okay, let's continue on then. Wait, where are we at? This is not right. Hold up, what the flip? See, that is the room. That was wrong.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Man, I want to, but now I don't.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
I know that.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
And is
And
it?
here it was.
I think
Had
it
the bucket
is.
turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
$1.25.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Man, I haven't
So
been
the
this
two of
way.
them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
But let's go this way. I can't believe I glitched the game though. That kind of sucked.
Good,
But
Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here.
Why?
I knew you'd find this
What the
place
heck?
eventually.
we care about you, Stanley.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know
I
I'm
want
the
the
one who gave
bucket.
you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We
Maybe.
can make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes,
Oh.
yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Gotta make sure to check for these
Whee! Look at that wacky line.
Figure-
Who knows where it'll go off to next?
figurines.
Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
What? Yeah, that's pretty silly music. Da 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 da.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about.
I
you
don't
remember
know.
all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
What?
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
What? I don't want you. No. I know what you're trying to do. Not the bucket. The bucket stays. Dang, where are we at?
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Wait.
This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess
Right.
what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
What
Go
is
ahead
this?
now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Goodbye, bucket. Wait.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see,
Right.
if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
No.
Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket.
I'm not doing
Now,
it.
the fans are waiting. Do it. The
No, they're
fans,
not.
Stanley, give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Dang. Blew up.
The Bucket Destroyer
My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Goodbye.
For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
No. They wanted to destroy my bucket. I can't have that. It's mine. Well, the end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Someone was following Stanley. He was
What?
sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What are you talking about? Hold up. What? I'm scared now. Don't do this to me.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
I'm scared.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't know, I'm just making decisions. Because we were supposed to do the one ending. Okay, some are both red and blue. I don't know what that means. Like, I somewhat know.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Dude, this something's falling behind me thing has got me creeped
Stepping
out.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Then we were supposed to take the exit. Maybe I shouldn't have grabbed the bucket. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think it might be a good idea to grab the bucket all the times, but getting these endings with the bucket, I kind of like. So we're gonna do some endings with the bucket and then
mind control facility.
we're gonna do the one ending again with the whole
on an enormous room packed with television screens.
um
What horrible secret
bucket destroyer, not giving him the bucket and then getting that, probably getting that thing saying that again about
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was
there's
being
something following.
videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly
I'll try to remember to do it though,
as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
because I don't want to
Was the bucket under the
miss
mind control
whatever that could have
facility's
been
influence as well?
just because of
Had
having the
been
bucket.
told to do things
But it seemed like
didn't
having the
wish to do?
bucket got us there for the first time,
Does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
but we still gotta do this ending and then the ending of the escape, or however that is, with the bucket.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point,
But I'm gonna go
he
for
could
like a
trust no one
different ending here
except
of
for the bucket.
something else. We'll try not to
Here was
fall down a
proof.
hole
The
though.
heart of the operation.
Who knew there was a
With
hole there?
emotions, happy or sad or
At least I can
content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
But yeah, it's kind of good
They
too.
high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
But yeah, it's kind of good to kind of like record glitches like that, so the creators know we're supposed to do off, but
But at the
on.
last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
Bucket,
Had this been
why?
the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Oh,
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions.
oh, dang! Look at that bird.
Known this
It's
all
weird
along.
looking.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Oh, look at that
Of
one.
all
That's
the
pretty cool.
possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
I saw what is it called? A Dracula vulture? Or no, a Dracula falcon? Something like that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Right. I mean, we're still gonna keep doing this, right? Like, I don't really need to keep listening to him because you've heard him a million times over. He says
Coming to a staircase,
mostly the same
Stanley and the
stuff.
bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Up here. 2548
Stepping
or
into his manager's office, Stanley was once
no, wait,
again
2845.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed
I wonder why it's
Stanley guessed the
2845.
correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes.
Yes.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
We gotta do the escape ending now. And then do that bucket destroyer one more time, not giving him the bucket. To hopefully get that, that thing, for him to say, like, oh,
Stanley and the
somebody's
bucket walked
behind
straight
you.
ahead through the large door that read mind control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
What? Why? I don't even know if
The
there's
door
a...
behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
What's that? I don't even know what that is. The door...
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
You just gotta commit to it. Well, here we go. Yeah.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This
That's
is what
terrible.
Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket
Oh.
everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell. Ah.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
That's not what happened. Yeah, we got this narrator now. The Stanley Parable.
The death of such a magnificent bucket.
Right?
It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Oh, I accidentally. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You're standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. Cavernous void, but through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? This is just...
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to
Right.
claim it for his own?
But it's
Can
my
you see the
bucket.
hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Ugh. No, the bucket is my bucket. 25 buckets. A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks. As a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets at once. That's more than 25, though. That's... A bucket with 2 handles? Jeez, you can hold it with 2 hands? This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. What? What is this? That's an old bucket. That's like a wooden bucket. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which, in the medieval era, hold up, I'm scared. With another for control of it, billion side, and yet, in spite of it all, simple fact remains. I think it's just for this bucket. This stress bucket and analogy. Presented without commentary. Huh. Lorraine drove dozens of nations to war with another. Yeah, there's like... That's creepy. That's weird. I hate that. Cave drawing. While we know the buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical use of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasure. That's weird. I don't like that music.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
No,
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
but it's my bucket. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolized the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance inevitably is for our own good. I'm kneeling. Hey, is that the infinite hole?
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
No.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements. If only we let Stanley die together.
Narrator, please help me.
As ruler, as leader, as commander
I'm dead.
of a new world, a new vision for
What a bizarre dream.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, that was wrong.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a
Okay.
better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Alright, let's get
Stanley
back to the
touched
bucket destroyer.
into his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had
Yeah,
the
we need to
bucket
get-
turned out to be correct? Was it
No,
never
the bucket
mind.
was wrong.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left.
Need to go
to
this
back, so
way.
the two of them detoured through the maintenance section
Then go
and went
this
straight ahead to
way.
the opposite door.
Yeah, I want to get that bucket destroyer ending
Oh,
again.
good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters
Hey,
from
baby.
the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want
What's
more
that?
of their favorite
Just a
jokes,
table?
not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but
Yeah.
you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original?
We're not gonna get
dialogue?
rid of the bucket though.
Addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I'm
Don't you
not
get it, Stanley?
gonna
We need
give
to get rid of
up
bucket.
the
That's why
bucket.
I'm very proud to introduce a
I'm not
brand new character.
doing it.
This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Alright, let's just stand here and look at the machinery.
Guess what the bucket destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I'm not gonna throw him in. Sorry, buddy. Maybe I just have to walk around.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Right,
Well, you
like
see, if
bucket.
you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Okay. Hopefully we get that dialogue of something following us. If we don't, then it is what it is. But right.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Dang.
What could it mean?
Ah, okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Where we look around here. Well, that's not right. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's leave the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're gonna go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I know. Look at it.
And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room.
What a room.
What a room, what a room. What a room.
How long is it going? What a room. Okay,
Yes, really, really worth
yeah, no.
Eager to get back
We gotta
business,
get
Stanley
it
took
going.
the first open door on his left.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Now let's go this way. This will be different since we don't have the bucket. Who knows what's gonna be different, but there will be differences.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Left? Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, okay.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I will. Guys.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
What? This doesn't seem right. Oh, okay. Here's how you get to here.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
No.
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Uh.
Okay. We just have to go back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And
Okay.
this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
All right.
Okay, from the top.
You got this. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, we can't even mess with that now. Okay. Oh, we can mess with that. I don't know why we couldn't mess with the one. Okay, whatever. Weird.
When Stanley...
Wait.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game and it's completely fresh.
Yeah, because there's more doors.
Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Let's go this way. Oh wait, it didn't even matter. Uh-oh, we're in the back rooms, aren't we? This way? No, that just led me nowhere. It is the back rooms. Oh man.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
Dude,
I
it's
can promise you
infinite.
There definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Who knows?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's nothing there. I don't know. Very weird. Oh.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Now there's no doors.
I'm remembering this wrong.
Only the one.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, so back. I mean, there's this door. No. Okay. Oh.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
That's crazy. Now it's just an infinite
No,
loop.
wait, never mind. Not the story.
Never mind.
Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Well, that's weird. I don't like that.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I
Yeah,
don't
this
recognize
is not right.
Is this the story? I
No.
don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
What?
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So,
Good job.
Yay.
Oh,
Yay.
I don't feel right about
No.
this at all. We both know you didn't put in any
No.
actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. Oh, here's the adventure line. The Stanley
Alright,
Parable
I've
2
got a
adventure
solution.
line.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I don't know why I keep pressing those. Wait. What if I don't follow it?
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Line, no. You go back there and you follow that line, sir. 4B5, 4B4 was B.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence
What if
is
I
in
go this
fact
way?
a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
How did...
Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on.
What?
Got a bit weird back there? Well, I'd like to apologize.
Whoa.
Sure where I was going
I can't
with all that.
run up the
You know
wall.
what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Da 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 da. Yeah, this is it. There's a Coke can on the ground. Uh-oh, where we going? I don't know. Apparently 2 monthly ledgers. What does that even have to do with this game? What the heck? We go this way or this way. Okay, let's go this way. That was weird.
Wait, cut the music.
Yeah,
Go
please.
back and look at that fern.
Okay, which one? This one?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Almost likely forget about it.
Wait, what? We're back at the
Ah,
office. No.
How does that even...
Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
At least we're going to different places that we've never been. And the line has an adventure of its own. Well, this is
Oh,
definitely not right.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Uh-oh. The Stanley Parable adventure line? Not the Stanley Parable 2 adventure line? Dude, I don't know what the deal is with these computers. I just keep pressing them. Okay.
Forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Took us on an
Why
adventure.
can't we have our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay. This is an office?
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Well, now
What
it's
do you want
infinite.
our story to
Again.
be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be,
Oh,
Stanley.
We're
I'm ready for it.
changing directions. We're in the back rooms again, huh?
Oh, no,
Well,
not you
there's the
again.
adventure line.
Stanley.
Just
I'd also
broke
like to
in.
veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
But it's going the way we're going. Oh, it ended there.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just
Me
walk in
too.
circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to
What if I go
lead
the
somewhere,
opposite way?
which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from
What?
the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Okay.
Another victory for logic.
Right.
Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Okay. So we have to take this one.
Oh, hold up,
The
what's this?
confusion ending? You've been playing the confusion ending
The
for
confusion ending. You're telling me
17 minutes.
that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Get bored and
Well,
leave.
what if I
Find a
don't wanna
book.
forget?
After a long time,
My
Stanley
mind goes
dies.
blank simply because it's written
The
here on
narrator
this
is gone.
thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
I don't
Why
know.
don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't.
So where are
do
we
it.
going?
I won't do it.
Oh, it didn't even matter.
Timer stopped. Does that mean did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will
I don't
someone
know.
come for us? Will something happen?
You're the one that opens the doors.
So, okay. Guess now we just wait.
For what?
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Just standing
Not
here?
quite sure if we're
Oh.
in the destination or
No,
the
no, no,
journey.
no,
Though
no.
They're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What the?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Man. Go back here, see if there's any
No
other.
matter how hard Stanley looked,
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. You're the next one. Man, you were wrong.
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed.
Wait, now where are we going? This isn't right. Oh wait, this just leads us to here again.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Let's go
This
right.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to
Wait.
be.
That's the adventure line again.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. No, never mind.
No.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I wonder if we'll get back into that adventure line again. I mean, I saw it.
Said the
No.
bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
There's the adventure line
Good,
again.
said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
I wish we could get down
Stanley
there.
did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course.
We're gonna get
because
to the phone and
buckets-
unplug it with the
But
bucket.
Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly
What's
did
over there?
whatever the
Can we
bucket
even get
asked.
over there?
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay.
Now pick
Um.
up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you
Right.
trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Ugh. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Oh, comedic timing is so difficult.
Right.
I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
Wait, really?
It's sitting right here.
Are we about to watch it? Okay, we're about to watch it.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds?
I guess
Thankfully,
we're
the
about to
answer
learn.
all of these questions is yes.
Yes.
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body.
What?
These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
I'm
Let's practice
Dunny
screaming,
with the
"I'm
funny.
Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long.
10
and
pages?
should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over him after in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invaders who threaten our very existence, and who
What
very
is
likely
that?
die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So, with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along,
okay.
let's head back.
Okay. What if I don't listen to you, though?
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd.
Yeah.
Hilarious concept. The king
I don't know
of
why I would
comedy. That's
believe
what
that.
you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now? Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy.
How does
that's
this
for
open?
sure. The bucket spoke
Okay.
to Stanley.
Hmm.
Bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly.
Yeah. Just we'll figure it out. You could have easily went through the right door there. But oh wait, no, that would have gotten us to the meeting room. Okay.
Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors. They entered the door on the left.
Oh, wait, what? Was there another? Go right. What the heck?
What? We're back at the phone already?
What?
No, what's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point.
Yeah.
A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to.
No.
And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke telling.
No.
Well, I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Please, no.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
No. No. Not
Here
again.
we go.
Okay.
You ready?
I thought we were...
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors. They entered the door on the left.
I'm going right this time as well. Oh, there's the phone.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
No.
Here we go. You ready? Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors.
We'll do
They
this
entered
2 more
the door on the
times.
left.
Just, I don't know if he'll change anything. There's the phone.
What? We're back at the phone already?
Okay, I think it's just gonna repeat. Okay, so we need to go to the left.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah,
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two
I think
open
he's got
doors,
his
they
comedy
entered the
down.
door on the left. No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right.
Wait, what?
Leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The
I'm
joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud? Stanley,
The end.
you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison.
No.
Yes. They've well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame.
No.
How madly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame?
No.
Pale...
No.
What's another word to describe the
No.
bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No.
Oh my
No.
goodness.
This is not making
No.
fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see. Let's see.
Whoa. What? This is a different office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm confused on this.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Welcome to the
Nor did it
whiteboard ending.
advance the story in any way.
Dog mode?
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent. Stanley checked his ego and then proceeded onward.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Man, it worked. Okay.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
Let's go
boss's office.
Downstairs. Nothing there.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
Oh, we've done this.
Strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
I forgot we did this ending.
This isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
But it's got
Someone
his
else's
name on
bucket,
it.
perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Marielle.
Yeah, we already got this ending. I should do it without the
Mariella
bucket.
woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Crazy.
Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about an narrator
You need your
describing
bucket.
all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Okay, so... Okay, so... No more dog
All
mode.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't know. That doesn't really work much, does it? Okay. So take the door on my
Stanley came to a set
left.
of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Well, it's still, yeah, still gonna tell me like, oh man, you need to find this. LOL looks like 427. What? Is this some kind of game? There must be a point to this. I know, I found 5 of them. There's the broom closet, but we need to go down.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Because I didn't do this one before. I only did it with the
Stanley just
bucket.
couldn't do it. He
Although it's
considered
gonna
the
be about
possibility
the
of facing
same.
his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for
Right.
no reason at all.
Where would they
None of
be?
it made any logical sense. And
Really,
as Stanley pondered this,
he wasn't
began
supposed to
make
be
other
here.
strange observations. For example,
He
why
forgot
couldn't
that
he
it
see
was
his
a
feet
day
when
off.
he looked down?
That
Why
is
did
strange.
doors close automatically behind him wherever
Right.
he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
What?
I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
just
He wasn't
sleeping.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical
Yay.
star. And it too appeared. It was so much fun.
Uh-oh.
And Stanley
That's pretty cool.
marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
What?
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
And describing that as well.
And wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
What?
How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
Right.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Okay, how?
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
Dang, a dream became a
Let me go back to
nightmare.
my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone
Everything's
tell me
going
I'm
red.
real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, dead.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's what we need. The Mariella Parable. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh. I think it's raining. Very weird. What's that? Be my Valentine. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go to the right.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the
It
door
is
on his
raining.
left.
That's very weird.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, the adventure line ain't around no
It
more.
was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business,
It was
Stanley
okay.
took the first open door on his left.
That's to the adventure line if we want to go that way, but I don't.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. We need to go that way. I think I didn't go that way with the bucket. I mean, I went with the bucket. We'll figure it out whenever we...
Someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay.
Give me a chance.
All right.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Oh, there it
Stanley
is.
walked through the red door, and there it is. The last
Stiggly Wiggly.
moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that.
Aw.
So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here.
Yay.
And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Well, at least I got him. Okay, I don't remember what he said. Blue?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well, this one is blue to me.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
Yeah.
let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here.
Nothing.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you
Darn.
were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you would want?
Is that what that is?
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill
Yes,
trees?
definitely.
You've given me absolutely
Open
nothing
world.
so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design.
Maybe let's climb some towers to reveal more of the
There we go.
map.
A third option.
What?
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback
I want
here.
to give him the lowest score, a 1.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. What am I supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
You asked.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Oh, what? The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. The good old nil is offline. This is you. You're objectively ranked. On to take this. In total, open. What? I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Let's go back this way.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helps you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I say you're in the right direction.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
No.
Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Okay.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Man, that's loud. I'm not gonna be here for 4 hours doing this. Jeez. Just die. Just.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do.
I say
completely out of
both.
ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Someone else's game? What game are we gonna play?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Uh-oh, we going to a different game? What game are we gonna be playing now? What the heck?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
Dude, it's Firewatch.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower. Perhaps for some
I actually like this
sadistic,
game.
erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even
Like,
more.
I know this is
Come, let's
Firewatch.
venture
That's
outward
like
and see what else is out
exactly some artwork from it. That's actually pretty neat. Cause I know this game.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
It can't be. Can't be what? A
It
good
is.
game?
It's an open world game. Good God, quickly, block it off.
No.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a
Dang.
close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions. No
Man,
path
that
to
would
follow.
have
You can just
been
go in any-
terrible.
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls.
We about
Something
to.
with nice, big,
I wonder
handsome
what game we're about to play now. I wasn't expecting an actual
This
game.
will be just the thing.
This is Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this
This
is
is
exactly what I had in
Rocket.
mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Let's go score.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here?
Well,
Let's
we're
see.
supposed to.
There are lots of cars here in the back,
Yeah.
but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must.
That'd be something if it
Stanley,
lets us
here's the
play
ball.
in the
Have fun.
cars. Oh, it's moving faster. Okay. Let's go score on blue then. There we
Are you
go.
doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Well, I'm
Is
hoping.
it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I
This
have
is
a
crazy.
and I realize I'm not a sportsologist.
Why is
but
it
if
kinda
one
crooked, though?
ball
Does it
generates
look
a certain
crooked?
amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out.
I think we
Here
should
comes another ball.
play in the cars, you know?
Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
Like, we need the cars. Dang, now there really is a lot of more balls. Why are we playing Rocket League? I want to go back to Firewatch.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time,
I'd say
but guess
so.
what? It's over.
Oh,
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end.
Aw.
This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley.
What?
I'm leaving.
I want to
See
play
how
in...
you'd like it when I'm not around to set the rules.
I-
Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best.
I want to play a
Take
new
care,
game.
Stanley.
Give me a new game. Can I go down here?
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
Wait, really?
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oops, I fell. Well, this is creepy. I don't like it. It's very run down. Very dark. I can barely see. If I can barely see, then that means y'all can barely see. What is that? Oh, that's just a door. I think we made it to the back rooms. Oh no. Who knows what's here? Oh, wait. Hold up. Hold up. We've made it to my office, or... Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, nothing for there. Okay.
I wonder what he found.
I don't
If
know.
what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh, we're back. Okay. This time. He ain't... What the heck?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines.
What?
Those figures.
The figlies?
I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire
It really
life?
was. I
Didn't
liked it.
Fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Okay.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Alright. Well, here we are, the memory zone again. Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Ah, the good old times. Remember the first one? What does that say? I don't even know. I think we were supposed to go that way, but I don't think this was here, so this is definitely a different way. Yeah, this was the
Here's
first
where it
one,
all began. The
right?
first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen. But how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again.
Oh, that's so weird. I didn't even realize. 7 out of 6. Hold up. We're over. Here's another
And
one.
here was a second Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
8 out of 6. Oh, we can't even go that way. Okay.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
I didn't get that one until later, so it's this way right here.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the warehouse. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything. Let's see, what came next?
I don't.
Yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
No.
Well, I
Wait,
can't
what?
actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No. That's wrong. I don't even know what room this is.
This was the 5th mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was
Yeah,
behind
this one.
the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
I was gonna get that one. How you found it? By the narrator? This is so old. What's that over there? It's mini stand number 5. That's like old, just cringy YouTube.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
That-
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
That was spent a lot of time and it was 8 minutes. Okay, this one would be the last one, which was found in this room right here, yes.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Right.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Shouldn't you made a video of this one? Okay, but now I have 12. You are in the present.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward.
Hey,
into
it's the
future.
fern.
Goodbye, memory zone. No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay, can I collect more?
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this.
Now I
must
got
say,
13.
Of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Because that was the most recent.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video?
Yeah. Oh no. Thanks for watching.
Yes, I love that video.
Me too. Oh, that was weird. And then this is definitely... Yeah, no, we didn't.
Memory of this one.
Yeah, we didn't.
Room, though. A solid room.
We were supposed to get it in a bathroom.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Okay. What if I... Oh, there's just nothing there. Okay. And then there's...
Second Figley. Don't you
Yeah.
remember? Yes, I remember it too.
It's right under the stairs.
Past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does
Now we're about to
anyone
have
but you
18.
believe it? Keep going.
We'll have 18 again.
This
Or
is
no, we'll
the
just have
very
18,
first one
not
we
again.
found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Collect them all. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them all? Yeah, it was this. We went into that room. Oh, it's the jump
Look,
circle
it's the
again?
terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
I
I
know.
remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Well, give me infinite jumps. We can make new ones.
Oh, yes, the two doors. I could have forgotten that. A classic memory, this one.
Oh, I think they all lead to the same room, and then to my
And before
office.
everything else, there was your office.
Right.
Is there anything else? Was
No.
there something that came before your office?
No,
There's
I guess it's
something I feel
home.
I can remember.
There's nothing.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with.
Yeah.
Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory?
Okay.
Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
Okay.
I enjoyed telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
This
All right.
is the story of a man named Stanley.
All right.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Okay, so no bucket. Still haven't been able to fill up that progress bar. And don't grab the bucket. We'll just see if there's any more things in here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's continue on.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. So I'm wondering about this thing that's behind me, whatever it could be.
Yet there was not a single person here.
Dang, I thought there would have been
Feeling
something in
a
here.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
There's the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Is it calming? I don't know. I guess.
Feeling soothed and
Yeah.
rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I still haven't had somebody following me, so I'm glad about that. That was actually creepy to tell me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Let's see if we can do one or two, or one thing if there's, if maybe something may be open over here, and I'll try to do whatever, but most likely not.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
I still don't
Their
understand what
signature
the deal
revealed.
is with that
Each
TV,
bore the
like
number
why it
of
has.
employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
But yeah, we'll try to see if we can get up the stairs.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
That we were
Stanley
trying to
had been
get
under
through,
someone's
that we
control all this
glitched
time.
out on.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yes. But no longer.
The heart of the operation, controls
we can't get in
labeled with
there.
emotions, happy
There's a
or
button there,
sad,
though.
or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
Yeah, we're supposed to
he
go.
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
You know, you have the buttons. I don't know how to get up there because that's out of the way, and that's like where number 4 is. Definitely pressing number 5 would be wrong. So yeah, however we get up there, I don't know. But anyways, we're supposed to press off, but we're gonna do on.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story
1,
now. Shape it to your heart's
2.
desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments
3.
until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
4.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yeah, why did
A
I
moment of
fall down?
solace
I
before
fell
your
down a
graduation.
pit.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I
5.
tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons
And maybe we
endlessly
were
and then
supposed to
dying
go through.
alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of
4.
events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be
3.
even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what?
2.
To hell with it.
1.
I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
I don't think there's nothing we can do.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control
I don't
this
get it.
world, that's fine. But I'm going
One.
to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a
Well.
look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you.
Well,
and me.
there's nothing we can do.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me.
I don't know
All
another
out of
choice.
control. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we
Yep,
fade
we're
in
dead.
until the moment I say happily ever after.
After. Dang. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to call it there. For right now. Game's pretty good so far. I'm really liking it. There's really a lot more new content. Hopefully I can find more new content that really there hasn't been much of. Well, there's been a lot of new content, but I need to find more. But yeah, it's been very fun. I'm liking it. I'll try again tomorrow to see if we can find anything new and exciting. But yeah, see you guys then. Goodbye everyone.